3004 BCE, over 3,000 years ago, people began to kick a ball around a small field in Japan. This game has evolved into soccer, which is now played by over 240 million people worldwide. Soccer started 3,000 years ago and has changed tremendously. I've been playing soccer for 12 years and have been I've learned a lot about it and the history of it. And today you will learn how soccer started, how soccer has changed, the opportunities, and how you can start. Soccer goes back a long ways. From Japan, it went to China 1,000 years later, and it formed into football. 1365, King Edward III banned soccer because of the violence and military indulgence. In 1815, soccer became popular. The rules are different. You're allowed to trip, shin kick, and even carry the ball. In 1891, the rule of penalty kicks became noticeable. In 1970, during the World Cup, the red and yellow cards were introduced. In 1992, the goalie was not allowed to pick up a ball that was passed from its teammate. Now that you kind of know about soccer, hear how it has changed into today's. Since the earlier days, soccer has changed so much. The ref will now pause the game if there's a player injured on the field. The goal and the penalty kicks are now, they're both in full swing. They use flags in the four corners instead of rocks and stones. There's now a rule of offsides. Offsides is where an offense is behind all four of the other person's defense, and the ball is going to be passed to them. The field has now doubled in size. There's now a smaller goalie box where you will now do your goalie kicks. 6 out of the 7 continents play. There are many national teams. Because of the growing popularity of soccer, it has spread and now it has become competition. Soccer has started new teams from youth to national teams. You will start a youth team at the age of 4. There are 7 people on a field. You do kick-ins instead of throw-ins, and the fields are much smaller. At the age of 10, the penalty and goalie kicks become introduced. At the age of 12, you travel and you do tournaments on the weekends. At high school, there's 11 people on a team. You play different teams around the town, around the state. You play during the week, and you set up a defense, a midfield, a sweeper, and an offense. There are 234 teams around the world on nationals. There's a 17-year-old girl opening for the women's national team. The teams will get better and stronger as they come together to form a alliance. Everyone is allowed to start at any time. If you'd like to join today, you would need to know passing, striking, basic positioning, dribbling, and trapping. Now that you know about soccer and how it has started, how soccer is today, the different clubs, and the opportunities, I hope that you'll have more interest in the soccer itself. Soccer started 3,000 years ago and has changed since. In conclusion, soccer has changed and developed so much. If you have not played soccer or even tried, I would advise you to.